Cottage. I know it's been quite a while since the last time I filmed. A lot has been going on and I just have not been able to sit down and film an episode in what feels like forever. I wish I could go into detail about it, but some of it's secret projects, so I really can't. But let's go ahead and dig into where can you find me. You can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as KetsyGirl33. You can find me on Facebook. Ravelry and Twitter as KetsyGirl33 and Instagram and Facebook as Hannah's Catchall Cottage. There's also a group page for my patterns and this podcast on Ravelry. It's under Hannah's Catchall Cottage as well. So that's where you can find me. Let's go ahead and dig right into the episode. I am not wearing anything handmade today. Unfortunately, it is way too hot outside to be wearing anything handmade, and I just didn't feel like wasting electricity on AC for this episode. So, yeah, there's that. Anyways, no admin, no cows going on. There's a few I'm participating in, but none that I'm hosting right now. I guess a little bit of admin, sort of, is the... You know what? No, I'll talk about that and blah, blah, blah. So let's get into finish objects. Oh my goodness, because it's been so long. I can't believe it's been almost 2 months. It's insane. I have a ton of finished objects. Well, not a ton that I can show you, but I have a few I can show you. So the first is my Georgetown sweater. I believe I was just starting this. It's got hooked. I believe I was just starting this when I showed it to you last time, and now it is totally finished. It was a dream to work on, though. This yarn, this malabrigo worsted, not malabrigo Rios, in the bijou blue colorway. It's gorgeous. I mean, it looks like a river, I think. It's absolutely wonderful, and it's so soft. It's 100% merino, and my hair is all over it because I have been wearing this to death at the office because it's freezing there. It's got this wonderful shawl collar that goes all the way down that took forever to knit. Just everything, the fit, the feel, the comfort level of it, it's amazing. I have not been able to stop wearing it. This was my main entry for the Colors of Fall cowl that ended recently, hosted by the Yarniacs podcast. Hi, Gail! And Charlene. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot all the names. I listen to them all the time. Y'all should go listen to them if you don't. But yeah, so this was my first Hannah Fettig pattern, which very impressed. Hannah to Hannah, good job. But yeah, it's great. I love this sweater. I would probably knit it again. It was a simple pattern, but very satisfactory. The collar, I think, was what took the longest, and that's just because I hate ribbing. But everything else about it is wonderful. I can't wait for it to get cold here in Texas so I can wear this outside on a daily basis. But it's great. Go check out my Ravelry page for it. I've got some awesome photos where I braved the heat, and you can actually see me in it. It looks amazing. It really was just, it's a great pattern, great yarn, great sweater. Everything about it was... It's awesome. I love it. It's going to be a go-to sweater from now on, for sure, as far as wearing sweaters. It's a great little cardigan. I mean, it goes with everything. It's kind of like this blue jean blue that matches everything. So it's awesome. It's really a great sweater. I have nothing but praise for the pattern and the yarn. So go check it out. Oh, and it still smells wonderfully sheepy. So, going from that into my mercury socks. I finally finished them. That's 2. It's a faux, not a hoe anymore. And they're awesome, and I have worn them a couple times, even though I realized after I wore them that I still hadn't sewn in the loose threads there. But these are great. They're a little, okay, so I absolutely loved knitting this pattern, but the gauge was a tad bit off. They were a little tight on my feet. I have unusually shaped feet, I think, but they were a tad tight. I thought the lace would help it stretch out, which it did, but even then they were just a smidge too tight. So what I'm thinking is next time I'll probably go down a needle size and up a pattern size, and I think that might help even it all out. But otherwise, awesome yarn. It's by Heavenly Fibers. It's their Sing in the Blues colorway. I picked it up at last year's yarn crawl from Lucky You, I believe, in New Braunfels. Great color, great pattern. Again, absolutely in love, and I'll probably definitely be knitting a second pair of mercury socks once I get a different needle size for socks. But again, awesome. That's faux number 2. And now for faux number 3. What? Look at this. I needed to catch up on my box of socks. So I had this Knit Pick Stroll in the deep blue colorway, which I don't know about you guys, but this does not look blue to me. This looks purple. Like, there's 1 or 2 bits of blue, but pretty much everything else in this is purple, right? I'm not imagining that. Am I imagining that? I mean, like, that's blue. This is blue, but that's not blue. That's like, I mean, it's not blue. But this is the Knit Pick Stroll Tonal, and I just did a vanilla sock, nothing fancy. I did do toe up because I wasn't sure about how long I wanted the cuff or the leg of these, and so I thought, well, you know what, I'll do toe up. And I did a rounded toe up, which was kind of a fun experiment. I did the Judy's Magic Cast On. I have these notes in my Ravelry. I did 8 cast on, so 8 on each needle, and then I increased every row until I had 22 on each needle. And then from there I did, if you've ever done a rounded toe this way, I don't know, I just did the opposite. If that's a way to describe it, I don't know. Then just till it fit my foot, my fishless lips kiss heel. Then I did, excuse me, my leg, and I had 2x2 rib with the Jenny's Surprisingly Stretchy bind off on both of them, because it's a faux, not a hoe. So I got 3 faux. Does that mean fee fi faux? Fee tri faux? Maybe? Something? I don't know. Something like that, right? Anyways, I can't wait to wear these. I haven't worn them yet. They're going into my sock drawer until it gets cold, which will hopefully be soon, because I want it to be cold, because it's officially fall. It's October, and we still have 80-degree weather in Texas. Not fun. Not fun at all. So I've kind of been on a bit of a sock kick since I really want to catch up. I think I have 5 pairs of socks, 5 or 6. I want to say 5. And I really want to catch up, so I've just been doing vanilla socks with some of the sock yarn I had. I had a ton of the Singing in the Blues and a ton of the Waters Run Deep. So I'm putting these two together to make another pair of vanilla socks. I'm using the knit picks for the heels, toe, and cuffs. Yes. And then I'm using the Heavenly Fiber for the leg and the foot. So I have literally, I'm kind of doing it the same way I did the other ones, toe up. I don't know, it just seems to be working right now. So I'm going with it. And my yarn's all tangled, as yarn should be. So it's a little bitty mustache right now. It's not a sock, it's a mustache. Little beaker mustache. Anyways, that'll probably be cut. So yeah, I just started on those a couple days ago. I just haven't really had time to dig into them yet. But there they are. So those will be either my 6th or 7th. I can't remember what pair I'm on. I'm just trying to catch up. I do have plans to go to the yarn store, probably Michael's, shamefully, the chain, and just get some Regia. I saw they have Regia sock yarn, and just grab a couple that look nice colors and really catch up on that. So yeah, so I had a skein and almost 2 skeins left over of my malabrigo. Crazy, right? I thought I was going to need 7, and I only ended up needing like 5.5. So I thought, you know what, Hannah? You should make a matching hat. So that's what I did. I started a hat, and it's the, I don't remember which pattern it is. Oh gosh, I'm terrible at this. I'm so out of practice. It is, cooperate with me, Ravelry. Beeswax Hat by Amy Van Delar. I hope I'm saying that correct. I just started it. I've gotten through the ribbing and part of the honeycomb pattern. I'm barely starting on it. So, but I really like the texture that this hat is coming out with, and you can kind of see the little honeycombs right there, sort of, kind of, a little bit. I've got my Barnell Yarns, hi Enid, Progress Keeper on there, and I'm using, I believe it's a size 3 needles, I don't remember now, but yeah, using up my leftover malabrigo to make me a nice squishy soft hat. I'm really excited about this one. I actually haven't pulled it out in about a week or so because I've just been on a sock binge, clearly. I whipped out these in like 2 weeks. It was crazy. I really went to town on these. It was just like TV knitting. And then I was sick, so, you know, sick knitting and socks seemed to go together for me. I apologize for the lighting. It's about to pour outside, so the sun and the clouds are having interesting discussions and don't care a fig about the lighting for my podcast right now. But yeah, so those are my knitting whips. I do have some secret crochet whips that I can't show you because even though I have my big announcement coming soon, I can't tell you guys yet. And then on top of that, I've got 2 other secret projects in the works. It's crazy. So crazy, but so exciting at the same time. It's awesome. I love it. It's amazing. And then as far as, what's that? I don't remember what I called my sewing segment, so insert title here. Right here. I have been doing sewing. I hacked a couple dresses that needed some tailoring. I cut off like a foot of fabric. You don't believe me? Hold on. Hold on. Like a foot. Okay, it's like 6 inches. But that's a lot of fabric. And it was a lot of skirt. It's just like the magicians. The magician's rag. Ooh, ooh, where's it all going from? So yes, I cut off quite a bit of fabric, and that's going into the scrap pile. That's not where the scrap pile actually is. So that was fun. And then I had this genius idea, because it's winter time and you should be cuddled up with wool, but instead I decided to seek out my sewing machine again and attempt something I've only attempted once and it failed miserably, but to be fair, I did not have a sewing machine or have no clue what I was doing at the time. But I have decided to make us a quilt. I say us because it's going to be for our bed, me and my husband, and it's going to match our room in the new color scheme I want to have it in, because I'm tired of the green curtains that we picked out for our registry 6 years ago. I'm finally tired of them. It's amazing, which is because I do like green a lot, but I don't know, I just wanted something a little more soothing, not this bright green in your face every morning. I wanted something a little more calming for sleep. Yes, so I decided to make a quilt, and I saw this gorgeous picture on Pinterest. Yeah, Pinterest, of course. And I just thought, I could do that. That looks easy. So I saw this gorgeous picture of this simple gingham looking quilt. It was the exact colors I wanted, everything. It was just simple, plain. It looked like gingham, but it was actually the fabric squares that made it look like that. And so it was just a simple navy and gray and white. And I was like, that's what I want. Exactly that. So I went out one day to Joann's Fabric and I bought navy and gray and white fabric. I got like a yard of each because I wasn't sure how much I would need. And I've been sitting at the dining room table cutting them for hours on end. And so now I have these little stacks of squares all lined up. I have nowhere near enough fabric to make a queen-sized quilt like I want. But now I kind of have an idea, and I even started sewing some together, which I should have brought over, and I can see it. So 2 seconds. So this is the start of my quilt. I haven't cut off any of the ends. I have literally just cut all the squares and sewn everything together and just figured out exactly how wide I need it. That looks like a lot, but I put it on the bed. I took the fabric, you know, this strip, and I rested it over the bed, and it's really not that big. It's big enough because we have a double, not a queen, but I wanted something, you know, we could grow into and nice for cuddling, wrapping around yourself in the middle of the winter, although it is cotton because I kind of wanted it to be more of a summer quilt. That would be great for layering in the winter. But here it is. Here's the start. I haven't ironed anything yet. I haven't started on the second row. But it's coming along, so this should be something that I expect will take a while for me to make, considering I need more fabric. I'm going to have to cut all that fabric. I'm going to have to sew it all together and trim the ends and figure out how to do batting or yeah, batting, correct me if I'm wrong. I've got to sew all the seams, which there's gonna be, or not sew, gosh, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I've got to press all the seams with the iron. That's what you do. But this will be really cool. I'm really excited about it. It's an adventure. It's entertaining. It's very relaxing too. I get why people quilt now. I always was intrigued by it as a kid. And I admit I tried, like I did like a couple squares, but I did them all by hand. And I was like, huh, no, this is not going to happen. All these little itty bitty squares by hand? No way. And I think those squares were actually smaller than this too, so I was insane. Who knows what I was thinking. But this, zipping through on my sewing machine, is going a lot quicker. Lot quicker. So it's really fun. I like it. It's very relaxing. It's enjoyable. I can still watch TV, be in the same room as Nick while I'm sewing, and it's just really relaxing, but it's something different for my head and my hands to be doing. But I like it, and I think it'll be a great quilt when it's done. So I'm very excited about that. That's all as far as crafty goodness right now. But like I said, oh, the sun came back. Hi, sun. As for the blah blah blah, so I wanted to talk about the yarn crawl, the Hill Country Yarn Crawl, which has been renamed. It is now the best little yarn crawl in Texas. I love it. I'm so excited. It starts this Friday, the 6th of October. It goes through till the 15th. So 10 days, 20 shops. I'm not going to reach them all. But I'm really excited. So me and my mom, this year I'm going with my mom, not my mother-in-law, my mom, who doesn't crochet and she doesn't knit. And she taught me how to sew, but there's not really very many sewing shops we're going to. But she's coming with me this year, and another good friend of mine are all coming. So the three of us are going to go. We're going to have a jolly old time. I'm going to film again. So that's part of the reason why I've taken such a long break, is trying to get together my plan of action for the crawl. I do have a plan of action. So I always go in thinking, what's a big project I want to make? What's something where I need a variety of yarn or a large quantity of yarn or something along those lines, right? So this year, my plan of action is I am in search for yarn specifically for an exploration station. Yes, I am going to attempt an exploration station by Stephen West. I'm insane, but my theory is I can get different yarns from different shops, and it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I can have a big variety of color available as far as what I'm looking at and things of that nature. So I'm really excited to actually dig into this. I'm sure I'll find a lot of indie dyers. Last year my goal was to find sock yarn, so this year my goal is to find yarn for an exploration station. So it will be my Exploring the Hill Country shawl. It sounds so cheesy, but it's so perfect that it has to be that, right? So I have a base colors that I'm looking at, so I'm not just going to go in there and not have any clue what kind of colors I want. I know an idea of what kind of base colors, so like I'm looking at a blue and a green and a yellow and like some sort of like dark blackish nighttime sky kind of color, or possibly the total opposite of a super, super light. Maybe grayish? I don't know. I'm kind of leaning closer towards a blackish, like nighttime sky, dusky sunset kind of thing. Yeah, so if you know of any yarns that are going to be on the crawl that are like that, give me a heads up. I would love to see them. I'm definitely going to be spending an entire afternoon at the yarn barn, like I always do. That's kind of become my thing the last couple years, is spend a whole afternoon there, chit-chat with whatever dyer happens to be there that weekend, and just have a grand old time. And then I'm excited to be going with my mom this year, since she doesn't crochet in it. It's kind of fun because she's going to be driving the whole time, which I feel a little bad about, but not too bad because she offered. So, you know. And she might buy me some goodies along the way, so that'll be really exciting. So I'm thinking I won't film a podcast until after crawl, so I can do a crawl haul, of course, and of course the vlog. I'll be filming all the shops and some of our adventures along the way. I'll be filming on different days, obviously, because I'll be hitting the ones in San Antonio throughout the week. It'll be really fun. I'm super excited. I'm going with people I've never gone with before, but I'm still kind of doing my same old thing that I've done before. So it'll be really nice. I'm excited, and I'm excited to take you guys along with me officially this time. It's my first official vlog since officially podcasting, I guess. That's a lot of official stuff, isn't it? Anyways, my fingers are itching to get at that sock now. And I've got nothing else to talk about, so the next time I see y'all will be after crawl. Oh, also, before I forget, go check out Enid's new podcast. Enid, and who owns the Yarn Barn, and my friend Elise, and their friend, Amanda, who owns Lone Star Art. No. Yes. Oh, fudge. I forgot her name. They just started a podcast called River City Knits, and they're adorable, and I'm horrible with names, and I apologize deeply from the bottom of my heart for forgetting your name, because I love you. Is this even recording? It is. It's recording. Okay.